Hi everybody and welcome to Aimee Nolte Music. This is the piano tutorial for San Francisco Bay Blues that I uploaded yesterday. I want to teach you the piano part. It went like this. I wonder what you notice about it. If you were here with me, I would ask you, what do you notice about that piano part? And you'd probably have a whole smattering of answers. Maybe one thing would be that it sounds kind of cowboy-ish. I don't even know what to call it really. I learned it from listening to old cowboy guitar pickers. When you talk about those guys, you have to say guitar, not guitar. Guys like Merle Travis, who I absolutely love, and I just want to show you a little bit of his playing.
And that's all. And that's all. You better change your way of living before the good Lord say, that's all.
You should listen to Merle Travis if you like that kind of thing. If you don't, you shouldn't be watching my video. But it's that kind of idea. One bud boo boo bud boo boo. One bud boo boo bud boo boo. That kind of an idea that I just love. When I was a kid, my grandfather would play me songs by these old guys. Hank Snow, Ernest Tubbs, all kinds of old country western music. And when I was a kid, I didn't really like it. But as I grew up, I realized that there's some real soulful stuff going on in this music. And I wanted to copy it. So, half notes with your left hand. That's it for your left hand. So San Francisco Bay Blues, it's a different kind of a blues. It goes like this. So we've got a bar of C, bar of F, 2 bars of C. Now back to F, 7. All these chords are 7 chords. 2 bars of F7, 2 bars of C7. F. That's 2 bars of F. And then we're gonna C for a bar and then A7. D7. And that's half of it. And here comes the second half. It's the same for a little bit. Back to F7. Now here's where it changes. E7. 2 for 2 bars and then F7. C7. A7. D7. So it's a 32 bar form, 2 16 bar sections put together. And so that's it for your left hand. It's just playing the 1 and the 5 on every chord as half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So C, G, F, C, C, G, C, G. That's pretty much it. There's a couple times when we'll do something a little bit different, but for the most part, that's right. Now this right hand, and I'm gonna bring you in so you can see my hands, but the main idea is to get this feel. That's always my main idea. I want you to get the feel. One ba boo bo, boom ba boo bo. So if you could with me, I just want you to sway your body back and forth. Pretend you're like a bass player who probably does this when he's playing. Dum 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 dum. And then with one ba boo ba, one ba boo ba, one ba boo ba, one ba boo ba. Now the difficult thing for me was to keep that kind of thing going while I sang. That's where it got difficult for me, and why I had to practice a whole bunch too. I did have to practice a lot too when I was coming up with this piano part and trying to sing on top of it. So for a while, all I did was, I got the blues from my baby. I got the blues from my baby. And then when I felt comfortable, I went on, I got the blues from the baby left me by the San Francisco. Then I went back. Because it's a little tricky to sing and play, but I have a feeling not many of you are going to want to actually sing and play this. You're probably just going to want to play it. Because you can take this and put it in so many other songs. So many other songs. I have another song that I do sometimes. It's Let the Good Times Roll from the 1950s, I think. And I do that same kind of thing. Come on, baby, let the good times roll. You can put it in any old bluesy, nice kind of sounding song, and this can be your thing. Your cowboy jazz, this is your cowboy jazz jam right here. Now, but it's your cowboy jazz pattern, and yeah, just use it a bunch wherever you feel it's going to be effective. Now, there's one more thing I do that I kind of hesitate to show you, because if you don't use this idea sparingly, it can become a very bad habit. So what I do, and you probably some of you can hear it, and it works best on a grand piano. I just take I just barely hit the sustain pedal on 2 and 4. Now I don't do it with a big thump. Like, actually my pedal doesn't make a thump. There we go. Some people play with a big thump, but I don't like that. But I do like the way that those felts sound when they just lift off of the keys. Maybe you can hear it. Can you hear that? So I kind of try to maybe create like just a little bit of a drum sound on 2 and 4. Maybe you can just hear it with my left hand. If I'm going to do that, I try to really decide before I start playing the tune. All right, on this tune, I'm going to do that pedal thing. And because I don't want to do it all the time when I play, because some people do this kind of thing all the time and it can be a really bad habit. So do it or don't do it, but I think it adds something nice. So this is without it. And this is with it. Difference? I can hear the difference. I can, of course, feel the difference, but it's another step. It's like being a drummer. It's another step, another thing to do. So maybe that's your second step after you got your left hand. Maybe you're just going to add that with your pedal. Maybe. Okay, let's bring the camera in and you can see my hands and I'll teach you how to do this. All right, this is what we're working on first. It's in the key of C, right? So the first thing we're gonna do is take our thumb and slide right off of this E flat onto an E. And that comes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 on the and of 4 and 1. This is our strongest note and it's on beat 2. Almost all the time. This is like the key to feeling this guitar kind of pattern. Ba-doom, ba, there it is. Ba-doom, ba, ba, ba. Okay? Now, after this note that you hit pretty hard with your 4th finger, you're going to barely ghost this E again with your thumb. Like that. 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and, so these are on 3 and, okay, 3 and that finishes your bar. I kind of pull off it like that. And we do the same thing in F. This is a technique thing that I learned from playing classical piano lessons from my teacher growing up, but if you can pull off the keys sometimes, it just, I don't know why, but I love doing that. It gives you just really gives you a nice touch. And I'm almost always doing that on this last note on the end of 3. so that's the main thing. So you put your left hand with that. Okay, these are hitting at the same time. Then these are hitting at the same time. On beat 3. Right? Good. If you just wanted to do this for the entirety of the song, you could probably just about do it, but I'm going to show you some other things as well. Let's see how long we can go like this, though. I got the blues from a baby by the San Francisco Bay. There we go. That's where it changes. But you don't have to. I mean, you could still stick with it. So it's kind of like a variation. The times when we're staying on a chord for 2 bars, which is what happens here in the 3rd and 4th bar of the song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Here we are with 2 bars of C7. So it's just a little variation. That's that one. It's the same up until there, but then you dive into it again. And a little ghost note. I got the blues from my baby, left me by the San Francisco Bay. Now, how about my articulation right there? You see how I kind of get off of it? It's kind of like a horse. Like, I'm not even kidding. I feel like it's clippity-clop, clippity-clop. Sometimes you can just have a little more variation and make this a short note. Okay? I got the blues from my baby, left me by the San Francisco Bay. And then you really dive into that one. Isn't it? It's just like a horse, like clip, clopping along. Like, it's like taking a step. I don't know why. I think it's like a horse. Hopefully you feel me on that. Ocean liners not so far away. I do the same thing right there. Didn't mean to treat her so bad. Now, we're on F7 for 2 bars here, so you can do that. You can repeat that pattern, you know. But the other thing you can do is this, which I think is what I did in my recording yesterday. You're gonna have to practice that with me a few times. This is your ghost note now. We don't go back to the thumb, it's here. The E flats are strongest. It's like a street beat. You know what a street beat is? It's in New Orleans. That's a street beat. Those are the main notes. The C's are just ghost notes. I just barely touch them. So the nice thing about playing this and just kind of playing around with the 5, 6, and 7 of F7 are because on your next little part here, we're gonna go like this. Ooh, I think my piano's out of tune again. All right, try to ignore that for me. Yeah, so we're up here. And then our hand is in perfect position to play this next little descending thing so that we can get to A7. And all we're gonna do with our thumb, I messed it up that time, but... This one comes on the and of 4, and I'd like this to come on 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so that we can get back on track for doing half notes. Maybe we'll do that to finish out our A7. This is another cool part, and we're going to do kind of the same thing. You see how we just did this from the C? We just walked down B, B flat, A flat, using the third and fifth only. We're not even playing sevenths. You could do that, but I'm just making it nice and easy. I didn't mean to treat her so bad. She was the best girl I ever did have. Right there. Okay, so here we are on the D7 chord. And then we're just going to do this cool little thing I like to do. I kind of learned it playing in Dixieland bands. We're gonna accent here. These are going to be a little bit less accented. So all we're doing there, all we're doing is just walking, we're just staying on this D7 chord. We're just playing around in D major, really, or D mixolydian. And we're gonna do the same thing on G7. And we're just gonna add a little bit of spicing up to it. So let's make sure you can keep track of all of this. And I'll give you a nice overhead view as well. Back to this. We're on the second 16 bars. Now, this is where it's going to change. We're going to go to the E7. That's about all we need to do. You're just going to walk up. You could do that. Then we're back to an F7 chord. Same kind of thing as before. Then this is the very end of the tune. That's probably what I did. It's the same kind of thing, just messing around on D7 on a D7 scale. This is what we're aiming for. Right on beat 3. Same thing in G. We can go right back to that. There you go. There it is. So it's always nice when you've got 2 bars on a dominant 7 chord. In any of these old-timey kind of songs, Dixieland songs, like, you know, if you're playing Sweet Georgia Brown, let's say, I don't know what key that's in. Let's pretend it starts on a D7 chord. You could just... That works. You've got 4 bars of D7 and then 4 bars of G7. If you don't have to be fancy. And you're just, you know, you're not trying to be a super jazzer or anything. This kind of stuff works. It's just good little Dixieland type of fills. Just nice little fill. So remember, as with all of my videos, the very most important thing is to have the right kind of feel. We don't want you playing through this all weird on me. We don't want none of that. It's smooth. It's smooth and it's slidy. It's all about these little nuances and the subtlety and making sure that the accents fall in the right place. So back up the video and watch right where I was teaching about how to, the little ghost notes, right? Those are the important things. Sometimes it can be that, and sometimes it can be. It kind of depends on your horse. And just take it slow. You don't have to rush into trying to play this whole song at once. Please spend an entire day doing nothing but, if you need to, right? Pedal. Maybe that'll take you a while. And then just add a little bit at a time. Make sure that you're relaxed. I don't want you feeling like you got those earrings. I don't want you feeling like it's the quarter note that you're feeling. I always want you to be feeling that half note. All right, I think that's it. I think we got everything. Hope you enjoy it. Again, if you haven't watched my performance video, go do that. And I apologize that it's in 240p. I have a little idea of how that happened, but I'm sorry that happened. We're just gonna have to live with it. And this one will be back in 1080. You guys have a great day, and thanks for watching Aimee Nolte Music. I'll see you next time.